What's going on to all my Geminis out there? So let's get into this. It's my cat right here, yo. all right. So all right. So for you Geminis, you have the Two of Swords, the Lovers, which is Gemini. Okay, so you showed up in your own reading. Wheel of Fortune, Justice, Chariot, a lot of Cancer, Crab influence. Seven of Wands, the Moon, Eight of Wands, Four of Swords, Eight of Swords. Okay, so for you Geminis, right? A lot of you Geminis, you have the Two of Swords, the Lovers, right? So the Two of Swords and the Lovers is needing to create some form of freedom from relationships. You know you want something like that. You know that you want a relationship that works and all of that, but at the same time, Two of Swords, right? The idea that you need a boundary. You need when to say when. In other words, when to get out of a relationship, and when you decided that the relationship isn't healthy anymore, a lot of you Geminis are gonna bounce. The Lovers, the Wheel of Fortune, because a lot of you Geminis are starting to realize that a lot of times people think that what a relationship is more so a means of control, more so a means of a person trying to treat the other person like trash while they say that they're supposed to be in a relationship with them. And a lot of you Geminis are like, well wait, how is that really going to work? That doesn't even make any sense. Yeah, but that's how a lot of people treat others, right? They treat them like trash. They treat them like, even though they're supposed to, like, again, and it is dysfunctional. The ideation or the idea, that they're supposed to be getting to know you, right? They're supposed to be in a relationship with you, but they're treating the very same person that they're supposed to be in a relationship with like trash. So the Wheel of Fortune, you break the wheel of power. You started to take back your own power, right? With this idea, because you understand your own role that you play in it, and that from the past, you understand that you treated from the past other people like trash, and you've decided that you're not doing that anymore. But then you Geminis decided that you're not going to let other people treat you like this too, because you need to know when to say when. Meaning that a lot of you Geminis understand that you need to have a better understanding to be like, oh, well, if I do this is as far as I'm willing to go. Kind of like an introduction. So I'm not going to do so much to get to know the person, and the person is just being rewarded from hanging out with me and other people, and allowing myself to be used. That's how you Geminis are looking at it. That's a very good idea, because that essentially was what was happening, right? When you do too much for somebody, especially somebody who you don't know and you're supposed to be getting to know, there will be a lot of times, if they have that type of entitled mentality, they will be glad to sit back and let you do that for them, because more than likely they're talking to other people anyway, and they're getting the benefit from other people doing the exact same thing. So the justice now is that now that you have that type of mentality, it could even have been it could have even have been something where you was in a relationship with somebody who acted like this, where you decided enough was enough, and then they started bugging out the justice. They started tripping out. Where to them, the chariot, to them, you wasn't acting right. You're the one that changed while you were in a relationship with them, or you were supposed to be getting into a relationship with them, getting to know them. But the way that they was flipping it, it seemed like more. It seemed like it was more about getting something from you than it was to be in a relationship with you. And they didn't have a problem with you Geminis until you Geminis started switching up and stopped doing so much. Now all of a sudden now all of a sudden they're like, oh, word, that's how it is that you gonna play this? That's what you're gonna do? That's not cool. Imagine that. Them saying that you decided to have restraint and saying, nah, you good. To them, that's not cool. You believe that? So the Seven of Wands is that you realize you were the one that was putting in most of the work. You were the one, you were the one that was putting in most of the work. You were the one, that gave them this and gave them that, or tried to get to know them, asked them questions, tried to go places with them and stuff like this that, they may have liked. They were the ones that was like, nah, I don't know what you're talking about. They was the ones that was scarce. The moon, they was the one that was scarce. So guess what? You had to make yourself scarce as well. You had to be the one to dip out. Like, nah, I can't. Nah, I'm done. If you not gonna respect me at least this much, I don't have to be around you. And a lot of you Geminis understand that. So that's what it is that you did. You Geminis decided to get scarce yourself. Look, forget about this. It's whatever with you, with you. You got out of the relationship and didn't even tell them. Because you knew that's the type of person that would have potentially tried to, that would have been the type of person that would have potentially tried to talk you out of it, talk you down, talk you, nah, don't do that. You tripping, I do like you. But you know that what that would have been? That person would have just told you that so that they could get you to not be active, to not leave, so that they can keep you in that situation to continue to mooch off of you and do the very same thing. So it happened, the Eight of Wands. You told them, you knew what it was for yourself. You didn't want to continue to do this. Because you Geminis will, you Geminis don't want to be like I said, the old you. You Geminis don't want to be where it's like, it just seems like you're going from person to person, where it's like it's the new hot person for the week. And then after about a week, you're like, I'm bored, whatever. I'm finna put this toy back up on the shelf. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Put the toy back up on the shelf, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Nah, you actually want to turn over a new leaf. You actually want to get to know people. And that's great. But the Eight of Wands is, that, and that you're turning over a new leaf. And you're not going to allow anybody's dysfunctionality to get you to turn back to that old Gemini way. Because like I said, I grew up with, listen, I know Geminis quite well. I done seen Geminis, in action. I was in love with a Gemini, and I used to see it. When the Geminis are ruthless, the Geminis could be ruthless. Geminis could pick people up, find people, attractive people at that. You know what I'm saying? Attractive people. Find people. And Have them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. Have them. And do whatever it is that they want to do. And after that, throw them away. Trust me, I've seen it. The Four of Swords and the Eight of Swords represents just this. The Four of Swords is about learning how to. There wasn't. I'll say that it's a good thing that you started to have this mentality, right, while you were trying to get to know somebody. Otherwise, it would have put you back in that same Gemini space where you're like, you about to be out here playing. But now a lot of you Geminis realize that it's time to step it up, and that ultimately it's not about playing in that regard. You know, you could play when you're in a relationship. You can have fun when you're in a relationship. You could do a lot of fun stuff while you're in a relationship, but playing in the way that what most people consider playing to be, a lot of hearts get broken. And the Four of Swords is, then to do better than that, especially when you start getting older. You start getting older. Now all of a sudden people start trying to, rekindle, you know what I mean? They you know what I mean? When they 18, 19, somewhere around there. And it's like, yo, you're not going back to being 18 and 19. Then you have the Eight of Swords. So you're moving forward. How? Well, number one, you're playing less. You're playing less with people. Like if they're going to waste your time, right? I'll say that you're only going to spend, finally, that truck, right? But you're only going to spend a certain amount of time before you decide to be like, yo, I'm done. So you will spend some time on them. You just won't spend so much time on them to the point, to the point where it's exhausting you. You'll do enough to where it's like, this is what I have so far. Everybody should have a reserve of how much it is that they're going to do, so that they don't end up getting caught up. Let's clarify the moon. Let's clarify the moon. Page of Swords, the Fool, Eight of Pentacles, Chariot. You already have the Chariot. So we're going to clarify the Chariot next too. Page of Swords. You know that you're going to rub some people the wrong way with this Gemini, because you Geminis know that you are going to become more serious, and not everybody is going to be able to match your seriousness, because you're going to realize just how many people, you're going to get a better idea of just how many people really rely on thinking that they're 18, 19. You're going to get a better idea. The Fool, when you start to deal with people from that perspective, where it's like you have a reserve of how far you're willing to go and how much you're willing to actually do stuff for them, you'll see, and you'll get a better, more scientific perspective, because you'll be like, what? You Geminis would be like, what? This person want me to do this? I'm not doing that, right? The Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot, right, is about you Geminis understanding that at that point, if they still want you to do more, you won't do more, because a lot of you Geminis will be like, nah, you can't do more than past this. And again, Chariot, you'll learn to relax after that point. You'll be like, yo, you did it. A lot of you Geminis will be like, you did everything that you could right now, because like I said before, everyone should have a reserve of how far they're willing to go to get to know somebody, because that's part of it, because a person will try to get you to jump through hoops, But then when you're like, look, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and that's as far as I'm willing to go for right now, especially at the beginning stages. Because especially when there's no type of progress where the person is like, they like this, they letting you in, they teaching you about themselves, they letting you in, right? When a person doesn't have the inner discipline to know that you shouldn't be caught up in that stage where you supposedly getting to know them and yet you actually know nothing for too very long, that's how you know when a person is taking too much time, if you know what I mean. They plan. They out here with their delusional antics, basically, because that's how you know they want you to be doing a little bit too much for them to get into their favor. They want you to jump through hoops, because especially if you getting to know somebody, you should be getting to know them, right? You should be getting to know, okay, this person likes this. This person likes this. This person likes that. This person likes this. This person had this type of childhood, that type of childhood. But if you supposedly trying to get to know them and like it's been like 2 weeks, they don't call you, they don't text you, none of that stuff. You the one doing all the calling. You the one doing all the texting. And they don't tell you anything like concrete. They don't tell you anything to where you can actually get to know them. That's how you know. That's how you know it's a dub. Because another antic that they doing is they hiding something. They hiding something. They don't want you to get too close to them because they hiding something. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. Let's clarify the Eight of Swords. Four of Cups, the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, right. You should keep an open mind, but like I said before, know how far. It's like a little bank. Know how much money you're willing to spend, if you know what I mean. Know how far you're willing to go. And if they're trying to get you to spend too much, then it's a dub for you because it's not within your what? It's not within your budget. So that's just something that you Geminis should know. Keep that with you, as a form of protection, just so that you don't end up getting caught up out here with people trying to get you to do way more than what was necessary, while they doing other stuff with other people, and the other people don't even have to be doing half the stuff that, you know what I mean, they keeping quiet for you to be able to do and trying to make it into a technicality. But that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make the YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June of 2023. Please hit that subscribe button. Right now we have 3,600. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that notification bell, and make sure to set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos. Peace.